Are all sex addicts narcissists? On today's video, I wanted to talk about the link between narcissism and sex addiction. In my opinion, all sex addicts are narcissists, but not all narcissists are sex addicts. And I believe there is two categories which will fall more into the sex addict type of narcissist. And these are the somatic narcissists and the sexual narcissist. But before I go any further, I just wanted to say thank you very much for being here. My name is Vanessa, and I am not a clinician or a professional in the mental health field, but I create content based in my own opinions and experiences. So I just hope that you use this information mostly as another resource that you can go to in order to answer some of the questions you might be asking yourself, like I did when I went through the breakup of my life. So yes, I used YouTube and all those content creators talking about narcissism as a way to identify the situation I was in. I do a lot of research myself as well into the topic, and I read a lot of papers, I listen to podcasts, I also talk to therapists. So yes, I think there is value in experience, and that's the reason I create content for this channel. Are sex addicts most likely to be narcissists? And in my opinion, the answer is yes. Narcissists are all about control and getting fuel. And they can use sex as a weapon to meet their needs. So what does this all mean? It means that narcissists use sex as another way to control and manipulate the person they are with. There are many instances where narcissists use sex to control their partner, either by restricting the sex or by demanding a lot of sex. And this behavior can leave the person at the receiving end of that narcissistic manipulation really distraught and really confused. And in many cases, this affects their mental health in a really negative way. So I believe there are two types of narcissists that will use the I'm a sex addict card on a person. And these are the somatic narcissists and the sexual narcissists. So I will describe each type of narcissist separately. But you might have heard in instances about famous people when they claim to have a sex addiction. What they are not really telling you is that they are potentially this type of narcissist, and they almost want to use sex addiction as an excuse for their terrible behaviors. There are a couple of famous cases like Michael Douglas, for example, or Charlie Sheen. They both have used the I'm a sex addict excuse for their behavior. They're just predators, and they are both narcissists, in my opinion. So if you're at the receiving end of this type of behavior from a narcissist, it can leave you very confused and mentally disturbed. A narcissist knows their partner in and out. It doesn't have to necessarily be their intimate partner. It can be a secondary source of supply, i.e. a mistress or a fling or whatever. It doesn't have to be necessarily the person that they are cohabiting with. But they use sex as a weapon, and sometimes it is they withdraw the sex completely as a control technique, or they demand sex, and this can be really quite violent at times. And if you think about it, the control and the power that a narcissist will use over their victims when it comes to sex is really strong. So what is a somatic narcissist? Somatic narcissists crave attention through their physical appearance, meaning that the way they get validation and attention is through the way they look. So some characteristics and traits of a somatic narcissist will be, if you think about a person that works out excessively, someone that goes to the gym potentially every day of the week, someone that potentially goes to the gym twice a day, a person that has an almost unhealthy obsession with food, weight. Their diet is going to be very restrictive in many ways because it's all about control. It's all about controlling the body to use it as a weapon. They will also be obsessed with makeup, plastic surgery, any types of treatments to enhance their looks. They will use sex not as a way to satisfy their needs only, but a way to stroke their ego. A somatic narcissist is mainly interested in sex to gain validation for the way they look. And an example of a male somatic narcissist will be your gym rat, your bodybuilder type, potentially on steroids, looking on point, a marble Adonis with a chisel face, if you think about Patrick Bateman in American Psycho. So a very good looking guy with a really good body, an amazing diet, an amazing exercise routine. They will also be quite obsessed with trends, with makeup, as I said, with the latest fashion styles. They will spend a fortune in supplements, they will spend a fortune in treatments, they will spend a fortune in perfumes. So just imagine the poster boy or poster girl for what society believes the stereotype of beauty and an excellent body. So yes, as I said, they are mostly interested in gaining sex to validate their looks. They do find pleasure on having sex. They are humans, you know, they still got senses. But their main aim is to validate themselves physically. And this can look like they have a sex addiction because they will have sex with a lot of people, a lot of partners. They are junkies after the next hit. So once they sleep with one person, that person becomes a used object, discardable. Then they will go looking for another victim. So if you think about a guy or a woman going out every single weekend, clubbing, going to bars, and picking a person up every single night. So almost like a promiscuous one-night stander. That is a somatic narcissist, someone that needs to have a new person regularly. Now, we're going to talk about what is a sexual narcissist. So what is a sexual narcissist? A sexual narcissist is different to a somatic narcissist. They both share grandiosity, they both share a lack of empathy, they both lack responsibility and accountability for their behaviors. And what I mean by this is that someone so promiscuous, either a somatic or a sexual narcissist, might sleep around regularly. And they will like dangerous sex, meaning that they probably won't use protection. They go around transmitting STIs to different people, and they won't see anything wrong by behaving this way. They go around transmitting very dangerous and serious STIs, and the moral compass is so broken that they simply just don't care. They're getting their needs met, and that's all that matters. So what are the characteristics and traits of a sexual narcissist? It's different to a somatic narcissist in the sense that, yes, they will use I'm a sex addict as an excuse, but it comes from a different place. The main characteristic is that sex is all they think about. They are preoccupied with sex. They have sexual hyperactivity, or they are hypersexual. This means that it's continuously on their mind. They're probably compulsive porn watchers too. It's almost like the other person is just an object that they use to masturbate. And they are very casual about sex, meaning that, as I said, they probably won't use protection. They probably will not do any due diligence with the person that they are sleeping with. It's almost like really dangerous type of sex. They will use the person as an object. They will throw that person around. You would potentially feel, if you're at the receiving end, like you are being raped. And they use sex to manipulate. An example would be, it could be a person in a company that has a high position, and you might be someone working below them, i.e. a secretary, either male or female. And the boss might tell you, if you do not engage in sexual activity with them, you potentially will lose your position and smear your name around, calling you a slut. If you're a guy, they might say that you actually raped them. So imagine the danger zone there when you enter with a sexual narcissist in the workplace. They are also promiscuous if they're in a relationship, so they will sleep around. They might sleep with a nanny, they might sleep with another family member, and they might use the I'm a sex addict. I didn't mean to do it, but I have this addiction. I need help. I just fuck anyone that moves with a pulse because my sex addiction dictates that I have to. No, the simple answer is that you are a narcissist, and your narcissism dictates the way you have to behave, i.e. control and fuel. Control will be, my narcissism tells me to fuck around, and the fuel will be the person who they use to interact, in many cases rape or emotionally manipulate to achieve their goals. So if you're in a relationship with a person and they tell you that they have a sex addiction, I would suggest you start doing some research into narcissism. In my opinion, as I said, this is almost non-negotiable. I would go as far as to say that all sex addicts are narcissists. Our narcissism, as we all know, is a personality disorder, very much undiagnosed. Although it's a popular term now and everyone is talking about narcissism, it is near to impossible to diagnose a person with narcissistic personality disorder because they won't go into therapy willingly. And I said this in other videos. They are nearly impossible to treat from a professional, and not many professionals understand narcissism because these people are very good manipulators, and they will even try to manipulate the therapist. Another characteristic or trait of a sexual narcissist is that they believe that they are the person that has given you the best sex you ever had, and they would put an incredible performance. It will almost feel like you are in a porn movie or in a porn set, and they do believe that they are that good in bed. Their grandiosity lets them to believe that they are that amazing super performer with high stamina. In reality, this all comes from a lack of self-esteem and a really high degree of detachment emotionally and intimately from another person. So the reason both types of narcissists, somatic and sexual, use the excuse of I have a sex addiction is because they're trying to fill a void within that they otherwise don't think that they can fill. So they use sex as the way to feel alive or to feel in control. So they are sexually promiscuous, they are sexually bored, they continuously seek new sexual sensations, more the sexual narcissist than the somatic narcissist in that case. They will both have a high amount of sex partners because the void is so great that they need to fill it with the more, the merrier. It's not the quality, but it's the quantity. And they both demonstrate a lack of sexual intimacy. It almost feels like you are having sex with a robot, with either. But again, the sexual narcissist will believe inside of their heads that they are giving you the time of your life. The somatic narcissist is more, I'm having sex with you because I think you enjoy enjoying my body and enjoy looking at my face while we're having sex. Whilst the sexual narcissist will be more like, my sexual performance is gonna blow you away. So in my opinion, if someone uses the I am a sex addict with you in a relationship, it means that this person is a narcissist. As I said, again, this is my own opinion, but based on the research that I've done and countless amount of reading that I have been doing, it is a very strong link with the fact that a sex addict is a narcissist, one of the two types I just described. So if you are in that situation, I would suggest you start doing some good research, because the person that you might be in a relationship with or having sexual intercourse, you will find the information that you need to answer all those questions. Narcissists, as we all know, are all about control and gaining fuel. A narcissist doesn't have the capability of empathy. So they will never stop and think that the way they are behaving towards you is affecting you in any way. They are getting their needs met, and that's all that really matters at the end of the day. So I would suggest, if you think that this is really start to take a toll on your mental and physical health, please seek for help. It's not always easy to find the right person to talk to when you're struggling in a narcissistic relationship, but there is help out there. And if you don't feel comfortable talking to a professional, maybe go to a person that you trust first. Maybe go to a friend or a family member that you can open up to. I think everyone needs therapy, but it's even more important to be self-aware. Therapy is only a tool, like medication is. What really is the key to recovery is to look within and find reasons why you are in that relationship or you have been in that relationship. So yes, this is the link between sex addiction and narcissism. And I hope you have enjoyed this video and gained some value from it. And if you do, please like and subscribe. It really does help. And on that note, I just wanted to say, if you're still here, thank you very much for watching, and see you again very soon in another video. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye.